Lovelyn is the youngest black woman to lead a multinational direct selling company in Africa. She's also the owner of Urban Ethnic Market, a one stop African supermarket that caters to various African and Caribbean grocery needs in the diaspora. Lovelyn has helped empower thousands of entrepreneurs, mostly women, through coaching, mentoring, entrepreneurship skills, life skills, and more. She helps them experience life on a higher level through discovering their purpose, financial and economic freedom, as well as overseas travel to many different countries. She's my guest tonight. Lovelyn, how are you doing?
Hi, Tich. I am well, thank you very much. How are you doing? You seem to be having fun with all the music.
I am. I actually don't work. I come to the radio station and I dance around, play some really great music, and they actually call it work. They call it work.
Right. That's a good kind of work. I like that.
Well, you are quite an achiever. I want to first and foremost talk to you about your book, Hear Me Out: The Audacity to Lead as an
Mhm,
African Woman. Launches internationally on the 1st of August. You ready for it?
mhm. Yes, I am. I am. I'm so, so excited. We
Mm,
put the 1st of August, and it sounded so far when we put the 1st of August. And 1st of August is like on Saturday already. So it's
already.
here, and I am so excited. It's here already. I am
Yeah,
really
yeah.
excited.
Wow. So you're well prepared. Are you nervous?
Um, Not so much because so when I was writing the book, after I wrote the first, like the introduction and then the first chapter, I kind of shared it with a few people and I said to them, "Would you read this book?
Mm,
Let's test this thing out first before we put it out there for, for the whole world to see."
yeah,
And the feedback I got was, "Where's the rest of the book?" And that
yeah,
just gave me the encouragement, so to say,
yeah,
to keep
yeah.
going. And I just powered through it, finished the book. So there are those nerves, but I do have quite a community working with me to get the book out there. So yeah, it's calm nerves and more excitement actually.
So you're confident it's going to go very well, right?
Well, it better because like I put my heart and everything into it, so it better go well.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm confident it'll go well. Yes.
Oh, I wish you only the best. So the book argues that African
Thank
women
you so
aren't
much.
born quiet. They're conditioned into it, mostly by other
Hmm.
women. Is that true?
Yes, because let's face it, women are the ones that are responsible for the children the most. So if you're going to hear, shh, keep quiet, you're talking too much, don't talk when your elders are talking, you're most likely to hear it from a woman first than a man. And as much as patriarchy is the order of the day, the
Mm,
people who really enforce it, and this is not me judging women or trying to throw us under the bus or anything like that. It just so happens to be us that do the enforcement because we're trying to make life better for our children. We don't want our children to be judged. We want them to speak in the right way, in the right forum. But what that then does is it kind of makes us measure our words.
mm.
And we end up not knowing when to speak up, when not to speak up, and we just end up keeping quiet, even when we should be speaking up. So yes, it is women unintentionally that tend to do the conditioning the most. Yeah.
Okay. But you believe to be the youngest black woman leading a multinational direct selling company in Africa as a COO of Healthgarde International. What did that journey from law to the C suite look like, especially when you began?
Ah,
Hmm.
so law is what I studied. I love law. I studied law. But law can be very stiff, and I'm saying this as a lawyer. I still hold my law licenses, but we can be so stiff and so rigid in the way we do things. The excitement. Have you been at a party with a bunch of lawyers? Sometimes you have to get them, maybe they have to drink a little bit more to get overexcited. But when
Okay.
you cross over to the side to direct
Yeah.
selling, it's
Mm,
sales. People are just excited. They want to party. They want to sell. There's the joy in the conversion. Lawyers, we
mm.
just argue and argue, and sometimes even the argument is just for the sake of arguing. So it was a mind shift for me, but a very exciting one. I love what I do now. But my legal background really helps me a lot with what I do now because I'm able to do things, bring governance into our
Okay.
business
Okay.
to make sure that things are done the right way and we're not just all over the place.
Mm.
So it does give you that structured background that you need in every business. Yes.
You quite qualified from the University of Pretoria. You hold two master's degrees. And of course, you had some serious legal training. Do you miss being a lawyer?
I could tell you absolutely no. So I don't miss it. And because my life is a lot more exciting now and more
Okay.
fulfilling.
Hmm.
It's one of the reasons I studied law was to help women discover their voice. This is what I wanted to do when I was little. I felt that women did not have the power because they didn't know what kind of power they even had out there. But with what I
Hmm.
do now, I don't just tell them, I am out there with them. I am saying,
Okay.
this is how you sell, this is how you make money, this is how you grow, this is how you come out of your shell, this is how you build your confidence, this is how you negotiate. So you can see it at work, not just from arm's length, where you make policy, but or defend someone in court, but you can actually see somebody go from nothing to something, and
Hmm.
that is so fulfilling. So it's more fulfilling now, and I don't miss not practicing.
I see you quite gifted beauty and brains. Do you think that because you look the way that you look, people kind of underestimate your capacity and your potential?
Yes, yes, and
Mm.
yes. Thank you for that compliment, by the way. Thank you so much. People do tend to sometimes they speak to the way I look in meetings, and I've had to make sure that when I'm having conversations, I am quite focused on what I'm talking about. If
Yeah.
whatever subject is, the essence of our conversation must come out. I must contribute to it intellectually because
Okay.
I never want to come across as an airhead in a meeting. I will
Hmm.
speak up because I have seen a lot of spaces where women don't speak up in meetings and they are the ones that take the notes. And if you don't speak up, nobody's going to speak up for you. So I have worked really hard at building myself and
Hmm.
building my voice. So no matter what, I don't let people take me for granted for too long. Yeah, once I open my mouth, you will know. You will know once I open my mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're all over the place. You're doing work in South Africa, Nigeria, going to all kinds of
Mhm.
African states, building a career across Africa, and with all the
Mhm.
different cultural expectations. How do you cope? How do you shift from one culture to
Mm.
another?
You actually have to be like a chameleon, so to say.
Hmm.
And I'll tell you what I mean by that. For example, if you go to Ghana, they say please a lot. It's
Okay.
not because they're begging you, it's just a cultural thing.
Okay.
Yes, please. Um, if you ask them a question, there's a please in there. And it's just cultural. So you have to understand where the please is coming from. And before you know it, you start using that same kind of language and it
Hmm.
makes you more acceptable. Then you go to Nigeria and you know Nigerians are loud. And
Yeah.
so and a lot of times you feel that they're fighting when they're just having conversations. So you have to also discern, no, they're not fighting, they're just talking really loud, or the fight has ended and now we're doing business. So you have to have that dynamic. And then when you come down south to South Africa,
Mm.
you can't just be saying please anyhow. They're wondering like, what are you saying please about? And you
Mm.
also cannot be just loud. You have to temper yourself and you have to adapt to whichever culture you go to. And I think this is one of the things that differentiates us as Africans from the West,
Okay.
because sometimes you find that people from the West, when they come to Africa, they try to just bring their ideas and try to
I
operate the way they
agree.
operate in the West in Africa. But
Yeah.
we Africans, we understand that we've got so much diversity in our culture. So wherever you go, you put your head down first, look at their
Mm.
culture, and adapt to their culture, respect their culture first, and they will respect you.
Mm.
That's just it. You respect
Yeah.
people's culture, they will respect you in turn.
Yeah. I totally agree. A lot of people come into
Mm.
Africa and try and tell Africans how to do business in Africa.
Mm.
When in Rome,
Do you
gotta
like
do
the
like the
Romans
Romans.
too?
Yeah, true. I want to talk to you about, your work as the COO of Healthgarde International. What leadership lessons from direct selling apply to any woman trying to grow in corporate or in entrepreneurship or trying to be like in the near future?
So one of the main things with direct selling is patience, because there's something that people have gotten wrong in direct selling. They tend to think that it's a get quick rich scheme. You can come in
Ah,
and make money overnight.
mm,
And that's not the case. You have to be patient. You have to build your business. You have to build a network of customers that will buy from you, because you're buying and selling something. And it takes patience to do that over time, to make money over time. And if you're able to patiently do that, you will really succeed in any other kind of business you do, because you'll be
mm,
patient to also grow that business. So the key to direct selling is patience, and build your business the right way, do things the right way. Don't try to become an instant millionaire overnight. If you try that,
mm,
you fall flat on your face, and then you say, no, but the industry is bad. No, you got greedy. So just be patient, build your business right, and that can translate to any other business, and you'll be able to grow as an entrepreneur. And even if you are in corporate, if you do your job properly,
mhm.
it does pay off. Sometimes you find people in corporate asking for a salary increase, and if you look at the job they've done, they haven't done anything
Yeah,
extraordinary. They
yeah.
want a salary increase just because it's a new year. So you kind of need to contribute something there as well. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your background. Did you have some kind of mentorship? Do you think that you are the person that you are because you learned from somebody who
Mm.
had great experience in your industry?
So the person I learned the most from is my mom,
Okay.
because my mom she's a businesswoman, fantastic businesswoman. She's done, for as far as old as I have lived. I think she only worked formally for my first year of life, and then after that she did one business or the other. So, and she tried to make sure that we understood where our money came from. Money didn't come from the sky; it came from hustling and doing business. And that's the whole thing of entrepreneurship. So I always watched my mom, and I try to learn from the back. So observe people, watch what they're doing, learn from them. Even when we started Healthgarde, there's three strong women that were there. My mom, we had Christine Barrett, we had another lady, Isabel, and I watched what they did. They did different things, and I learned from all of them, like just assimilated it. And when I started, people thought I got my job because of my mom. And, there was some truth to that. But
Hmm.
I had to then earn the respect by learning and doing the job. And over time, I actually then earned a nickname, the Brain Box. But that's because I kind of took everybody's stuff, learned it, and then got really good at
Hmm.
doing my job and coming up with great ideas. So I have had a lot of mentorship, and mostly from women,
Okay.
and not just women, men too. I watch what people do. If somebody's out there, like someone like Busi Tembakwayo, I listen to what he does as well. I watch
Mm-hmm.
him. He's not a direct mentor of mine, but there are people that are further away. You watch what they do, you learn
Mm.
the good things from them, and you use it for your own business and your life as well. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. So, how does your mom feel about your success now?
Mm. um, I will say, I know she's proud of me now,
Okay.
and she's watching this, so she's still my mom, so I
Careful
need
what
to
you
make
say.
sure I
Yeah,
say it
careful what you
properly.
say.
Careful what I say. Careful what I say. She's still my mom, and she's still an African mom. So initially, she made sure I really worked for every single accolade. Like my mother will not praise me initially. She would not tell me well done for anything. Um, but the day she started to say well done to me, I knew, okay,
Mm.
yes, now I got it. So the moment she started saying it, I knew that I had really earned it. So she didn't just you dish it out just because she encouraged me,
Okay.
but not to praise you endlessly just because you're her child. You need to work for it. So I know she's proud of me now because she now says it, and she boasts about it. She sent me a message this morning. So our book is launching on the 13th of August, right? So I'm like,
Mm.
yes, our book is launching. So she is very proud of me, and I am
Yeah.
very proud of her as well. So yeah.
Fantastic. What a great story. Lovelyn, stay right where you are. We'll be right back. Celebrating African success, my special guest tonight on the Power Seat is Lovelyn. Beyond the book, what conversations do you hope, hear me out, starts in families, workplaces, communities all across the African continent?
So, one of the conversations that I would really like to come out of it, and this is already happening. One of the women that one of my friends, Shelley, she said to me that her mom and her had started reading the book, and she thought to herself, well, I went through this, and I need to ask my mom, did she also go through that? Because if she
Mm,
had told me she went through that, I would have also learned from it. So it's those conversations within families, learning what the women that went before us went through so that we don't make the same mistakes, or it helps us own our voice earlier. Because for me personally, I only started owning my voice in my 30s, which is quite late. We can help women own their voices from their teenage years a lot
mhm.
earlier, have those honest and open conversations with one another. And we really will set them on a path of better success than the previous generation had. So that's my hope that we have that, not just at home, but obviously in the workplace and in business and socially. Yeah.
Okay. Lovely. And because of time, I'm going to ask you perhaps one more question. If a young African woman reads your book, what is one very important message she needs to carry away from that reading?
The one important message I want her to carry away is that her voice matters. That's it. Your voice matters more than any other person's voice in your world. Your voice should be number one.
Wow. So,
That's it.
you being the busy person that you are you training any young African women to be as gifted and as successful as you are?
Yes, I am. I do have a few women that I coach. I do, apart from the Healthgarde ones that I do have one-on-one sessions with, outside of the general business stuff, I do one-on-one coaching with them. And then I have some younger ladies than myself that I have, I have open conversations with them. They contact me whenever we chat over whatever they're going through and just help them understand the path that they are on and the path that they can be on and the power that they have within them. So I am definitely doing my best to pay it forward. And I do have the I do have a YouTube channel where I try to record videos every week so that even if I'm not speaking to one person directly, it's out there and people can learn from it as well. So yeah, that's how I try to give back.
Lovely. And thank you so much for having me part of tonight's show. Wish you only the best and hope to see you on the 1st of August. That book,
Thank you so much, Tich. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you having me.
African Stars on Channel Africa every night. That was the Power Seat with Lovelyn Bassey.